Hey everybody, thank you for tuning back into small town Johnstown with your host Nick and my other beautiful host
Jenny.
I'm here today with my sister Jackie, who currently lives in Wilmington, North Carolina, studying marine biology and going for her PhD. So Jackie, since you've come here, the past 3 or 2 Christmases since we lived here? Well, me and Mom.
I think I've come probably. Haven't you been here for longer than 2 Christmases?
3,
like...
but I don't know if you were here the first year we had Christmas.
Yeah, no,
November.
I was actually. I think it was like I came passing through, so I'm always kind of trying to combine Christmas time with my partner Alec because his family lives in Rochester, New York, which is awesome because we get to kind of like do this loop where we come to Mom's house first because Johnstown is about like 9 hours away from Wilmington, and then it's almost like completely not out of the way at all. I think it adds like 20 minutes of the trip to be able to stop here, and then we get to go to Rochester and then kind of come back around and stop and visit you guys one more time before heading home. And we also get to avoid I-95 if anyone is from the Northeast, but avoid 95 during the holiday season because there's so much traffic. And so I think we visited like the first Christmas you guys were here, because I think you guys got here around like Thanksgiving, and then skipped to Christmas and then have come up like the past 2 Christmases or something like that. So something like that. But yeah.
So we are going to try and stick a Christmas theme this episode since Christmas is in 2 days, I think.
As long as we get this posted in
time. Or
time.
Festivus or Hanukkah, even though Hanukkah did start. So how would you compare Christmas in Johnstown to Christmas in even Rochester or Wilmington, North Carolina?
Ooh, okay, yeah. So I'll say that they're pretty different, I guess. Like, obviously, Christmas spirit is alive in all of them. I guess I'll start with Rochester because I don't really know that well, but obviously it's up north. It's a really small town for the most part. It's pretty big actually, but like they still have this like postcard, historic. It's actually a lot like Philly. We have like canals, or they have canals, which like old water transportation type systems that they've built these towns around, and then they have like cobblestone and stuff like that. And so I think Rochester is kind of like a quintessential like Lifetime movie. Like there's going to be snow. There's like a bunch of trees everywhere. Everyone is definitely in the Christmas spirit. So it's a lot of fun to go up there because it feels like Christmas or whatever. Johnstown is also like Christmas, although I did call it Soviet Pennsylvania earlier today in the car. So I don't know. But
why Soviet Pennsylvania?
I don't know. I've actually never been to Russia, but I feel like it embodies some of the cold, steel, barren landscape.
If I did see a shirtless guy riding a bear around here, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and your neighbors look like they actually might have already partaken in that earlier. So, yeah. So I think it's much more remote, and it still embodies like this.
Grit.
I was gonna say Christmas grit, and so but everyone's still gonna be inside, spending time with family and wanting to be warm. And we just went to that diner earlier today, and it was in a tiny little, it's called Our Son's Diner, and I was like, oh, this is already so cute. So, it was very small town. The waitress was just joking with us. It just felt, everyone's like, oh, Merry Christmas, Joanne, and they knew each other and stuff. And so I thought that was really cute. You can feel the season spirit in everyone. And then I think Wilmington is a lot different in that it's coastal, and also, it's 20 degrees today and I'm freezing, and
you're going to the beach in Wilmington?
Yeah, I mean, it's cold still, but it was 70 degrees when we left or whatever. And so it's hard to still feel that Christmassy how I imagine it.
It's like 4th of July, but Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 4th of July goes kind of hard, so, but yeah, I missed our drone show that we have down there. It looked pretty cool. Pretty dope.
Okay,
I just watched that
Well,
Instagram
we got to be careful about drones.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
What drone show are you talking about?
yeah.
James getting its own drone show.
Yeah. Well, Santa was coming down on this one. I don't know about the other ones, but
Krampus is coming out.
yeah. But it's a lot of fun. We actually there's like one thing that we all try to go to. I feel like, well, I'll just say what it is. It's called Floatzilla, and it's basically like there's a couple different beach towns along near Wilmington, and there's Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, etc. And like basically, like people who live there and have like giant boats and fishing boats. I guess they're not all giant. They can be whatever, but they decorate them like crazy, and then they just like. It's like a boat parade, and then they have like
That's cool.
Santa Claus is on a boat, like
Ooh.
they're dancing.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
goes out there and just like, yeah, Floatzilla.
So, like here, it's like Santa Claus is going down on the fire trucks. Over there, it's Santa Claus on a boat.
Hell yeah, that's right.
You know, seriously.
So I remember having Christmas in Texas and having Christmas in Florida, which is probably more like North Carolina, where it just doesn't feel like Christmas. And you can make it as Christmassy as you like, but you can still wear shorts outside. And like you said, it's beaches and going fishing. So it's definitely a transition. But some people, that is their normal Christmas. That are from those areas. So like maybe Christmas up here would be like a movie Christmas to them, because there's snow and everything. So that's interesting. So is Rochester like the Hallmark Christmas movie? This is like Christmas movie on TNT drama, and like the Christmas in Wilmington is like Christmas with Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
there might be like some crazy like explosives. It'd be like a pretty intense like Christmas in Johnstown would be. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be Hallmark. I'll say that.
It'll be
yeah.
TNT like
TNT, yeah.
this person just got murdered.
Yeah. Oh, exactly right. Coming from a coal town, you don't want coal in your stockings normally in Johnstown. Is it like a bonus prize? Like, what's up? What's Christmas like in Johnstown? Am I correct in my?
Maybe. I feel like people around here are more grateful for less. I would say, this year I try to keep my gifts more thoughtful, more thrifty, more low key, but some people might interpret that as us being cheap or poor, and they might want some bigger things. So I don't know necessarily that anyone would be excited for coal, but it's not, I guess, the worst thing you could get for Christmas.
Well, I got coal last year for Christmas.
Yeah, I heard you were really bad.
Yeah, Jenny got me some coal.
Oh yeah, I like the goofy. It's like coal, but it's like chewing gum or something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe coal is just like, their dad works in the coal mines around here. Here's coal.
Get coal every day.
I got you
Christmas
this
is
from
just
work.
a normal day.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Here, son, you can put in the annual coal to keep the house warm. Keep on the topic, you recently come from Australia. You've had
Oh,
a recent
yeah.
trip to
Okay,
Australia.
yeah.
What is Christmas in
That was-
Australia for the
okay.
summer? It's
Very
summer over
trippy,
there?
right? So yeah, they just started summer there, and it's like hard for my brain to like understand, wrap my head around that it's like, even though I live somewhere where it's like warm, it's still like the temperature drops a little bit. So like in my brain,
Yeah.
like that temperature cue, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's winter time, right?
Yeah, you
so
wear pants instead of shorts.
exactly. And
Yeah.
so yeah, we get there and we're like driving around, and they have like the angels on the street lights, and like they had like Christmas presents. They actually it was really cute. They had like hidden trolls, like blow up trolls all around the city. And I'm like driving in the Uber, and like he's even telling us like it's the beginning of summer, like just the end of spring, so it's not too hot, blah blah blah. And he's like, and it's great because are you guys gonna be here for the holiday? And I was like, holiday? And I was just thinking in my head like, wow, like they must keep their Christmas decorations up all year round. Because, why else would they be up right now? I'm like, that's so confusing. Everything's the opposite here.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, well, in a couple weeks it'll be Christmas or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, duh. Like their decorations are out because it's literally also still Christmas here. This is crazy. And so it was just one of those moments where I'm like, what in the world? But we went to a couple different places, Christmas in Cairns or whatever, because it was just super tropical. It was fun seeing like these very different looking trees decorated with Christmas stuff. And they had, they have these really old, like giant, I don't even remember what the trees are called. There were so many different things there. And so like seeing them lit up in different ways, it just looked like, I don't know, it looked like being in Christmas in the rainforest. So it was just very different. And I guess that's just Christmas for them, but definitely not the same as us or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, it's summertime. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that'd be so weird.
So why don't they just switch Christmas to like July? I mean, is the land down under just kind of like Stranger Things or the opposite?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know. Baby Jesus didn't come in July, so I'm not sure. Maybe he did. I don't even know. But
who knows when he came?
Do they have any Christmas movies that take place in Australia when it's super hot outside?
Oh, that's
Any
a good question.
Australian hallmarks?
Maybe, right?
Because that'd be weird to watch.
It would be.
Because like we're used to like the summer vacation, everyone's at the beach and doing whatever. Like imagine doing like a weird Christmas beach. It's super hot out. Like you wouldn't. I don't feel like I haven't seen that movie yet.
I will say, like, I don't know if you guys have seen Swiss Family Robinson. It's like very old, but I don't know. You know me as a kid, Nicholas. I loved like adventure things, and so I just remember when I was there, I was like thinking, I don't know where Swiss Family Robinson takes place. They get crashed on like some random island, right? But they're like stuck on this island, and I remembered a scene where they're like singing "Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree," and they're like cutting down a palm tree, and so I was like thinking about that while I was there. Yeah. So I don't. It wasn't in Australia, but it was definitely somewhere tropical where they were making Christmas happen.
I was thinking, that movie Spring Breakers, but for Australia it's winter or some
Winter break.
Yeah, winter breakers. So like their spring break is, I guess, during the winter time.
So weird. Whole different world down there.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know when kids are in school and stuff. Like if their summer break is during wintertime, like were kids in school? I don't even know.
This is showing the great American education right now.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas
American
all
education,
around the world.
all we know is
love
about
Christmas.
America. How do they do it everywhere else?
We need a full Christmas curriculum.
So wait, what New Zealand and what other countries are like the opposite seasons as us? I know it has been New Zealand too, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they're right there. Mm-hmm. I think Tanzania is also right there. I mean, I'm not a weather lady.
Yeah, I'm not geographically smart
just
like
look
that.
at the globe and flip it
Well,
around.
the globe, there's no New Zealand on the globe, right? Wasn't that a thing? Well, like, there's a thing where like New Zealand wasn't on globes.
Hey, chalk it up to the American.
Yeah. We'll look it up later. We'll look it up later. We'll put it in the description if Canada is confirmed.
Maybe that's the North Pole you're talking about. I don't know.
Are you sure you didn't just get a misprinted globe or something?
No, it was the biggest thing. Like, it was a meme. New Zealand doesn't exist. You can't find it on a globe because they cut it out.
So I'm sure they did.
But it wasn't just an America thing. God bless. But that's really cool. And it's really cool seeing and experiencing Christmas in different areas and locations and their Christmas traditions. I mean, instead of it's and maybe not decorating the Christmas tree, but it's decorating the kangaroo.
What?
Yeah, they're diamond dust.
So
there,
I know we're still on about Christmas. I do have a very curious question about Australia. Did you run into any of the many bugs and platypuses and other things that Australia is known for? A koala? A koala's in? Yeah.
Well, okay, so platypus.
Was it those big spiders?
Big spider. I don't know if there's like a million big spiders, and every time I'd be like, what are they called? And they're like, monkey spiders, banana spiders, I don't know, like. And so we did see a pretty big spider.
I can't live in Australia.
I forget what they were called. Some type of orb weaver, though, which we have them here too. I think they're kind of invasive, but huge, freaking huge. I'd say probably the most dangerous bird, and you could ask my boss this. Shout out to Tiffany, but were magpies, the birds. I mean, immediately she saw them and was like covering her eyeballs, and I'm like, what in the world? They look so cool. Aren't they smart? And no, she was like, yeah, no, they'll just take your eyeballs out. Like they're like special. They'll just do it. Like it happens all the time. Yeah, and I was like, what in tarnation?
Like some of your biggest fears.
Yeah, and she proceeded to show me like 3 different YouTube videos like from the past 2 months where it was like they just like gone. Your eyeball gone.
Oh.
And people
Yeah.
imagine, like, we're going to Australia, coming back blind.
Yeah,
with
this
no
kid was eating
eyeballs.
ice cream actually, and I guess everyone wants the cone. So
Oh my.
So never
Poor-
go to Australia.
Baby dog would never live.
yeah, they're not big. They're like crow size though. They're not huge birds. They're smart. They know where to get
Do they
you.
like eyeballs?
I don't know. That's a good question, but they were definitely they were checking me
Well,
out,
apparently-
and
yeah,
I put on some
I mean-
sunglasses.
Some birds or animals just mean to be mean. Like,
Yeah.
don't dolphins just bully sharks? The bully sharks?
Yeah, dolphins. That's another topic. They can be jerks. I call them the jocks of the sea.
They definitely are the jocks of the sea. That's a good one. What about any snakes? Any snakes in the toilet?
No snakes in the toilet. We did see some snakes. We saw like I don't know, maybe they weren't dangerous. They ran from us. Everything kind of ran from us. I was hoping to see a cassowary. They're like basically dinosaur birds, and they have like a talon like dagger on their leg, and they'll just like tear you up. But no, we didn't see any of those either. We saw some crocodiles, which was pretty cool. They didn't come after us. We were in a boat, which is probably a safe thing. We saw kangaroos, wild kangaroos. Actually, we were like, okay, immediately after we got there, first thing we did was like, where do we find the kangaroos, right? We like Googled that. And so there was a park in the vicinity of downtown, and we found them, but like I didn't know what sounds kangaroos made, and like we're also wisely to be hesitant in this like natural landscape of we got dropped off by an Uber and like randomly in the outback, so we're just like, all right, be careful. And it wasn't really the outback, but still outer city. And so then we were like hearing these like crazy noises, like wah, 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 and like what? And we're just like, oh my god, like those are the kangaroos. Like surely those are the kangaroos. And we're like looking everywhere, and like finally we saw one like just staring at us in the distance, like because they kind of have these like little arms, a little
Probably want
like
to beat you up.
yeah, and it was just like little T-Rex arms, and like this like still had a deer in the headlights look, because they're kind of like deer too, and so they're just like, and I'm like, oh my god, that's where the noises are coming from, because they were all around us. No, they were kookaburra birds.
Oh, wow.
And they're these kind of crazy chattery birds, and they make the craziest sounds, but I don't think kangaroos make any sounds at all actually. So turns out they're pretty silent, but,
Silent killers.
yeah, silent killers, that's exactly
You'd be dragging
right.
your dog to...
Yeah.
That's another story. So real quick, the last question on Australia is, what would you most compare, because I know you've traveled around the USA a bit, what would you most compare Australia to USA wise?
Texas stuff.
Texas, I was thinking Texas.
Texas. Immediately.
Some people say Florida.
Texas.
I'm more Texas because of the
So,
desert and stuff.
Western Australia was Texas. Because we went to Perth, and then we went all the way across country to Cairns. Cairns was like Florida. So like probably just a lethal combination of like Texas, Florida, and like, maybe Louisiana thrown in there somewhere.
not
in the middle.
Louisiana.
And then like Arizona's right in the center.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but generally speaking, I'd say like basically Texas. Yeah.
So just not where I want to go. So how is your, since you said going back to the commute and Christmas and everything, retackling that, how would you say the commute is going from North Carolina to Johnstown to Rochester? What kind of drive is it like? Because we recently visited Pittsburgh, and we really like the drive that we take when we do go to Pittsburgh to see a lot of beautiful trees and environmental stuff. What is the drive like coming around this time?
Oh yeah, no, it's not bad at all. So we shoot straight up through North Carolina, and basically it's very boring interstate driving most of the time, and then you're getting close, because then you're like, okay, you get off there and you hit Virginia, and you're in Virginia for like a hot second on 81, which there are like really pretty parts of that area, but then you get out of there and you hit what is it called, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, and I have not stopped there. Literally every single time I drive through, I tell Alec, I'm like, oh my god, next time we're just going to tell Nicholas and Jenny to meet us in Berkeley Springs, because it's an hour and a half away from here, maybe 2 hours or something like that. And it's like, I guess there's natural springs, and like the American indigenous peoples, like it was like very special for them. And then even like I don't freaking know, but like George Washington had a sick brother, and like they brought him to the springs, and there's like plaques everywhere,
Yeah, I
and like,
remember that,
there's like healing springs. They're very a lot of minerals, yeah, and like kind of this like cool
beneficial factor.
mystery, like it's just like interesting. And so yeah, they have a bunch of these hotels and like water, I don't know, what are those, spas, I guess, like water
Springs?
spas, yeah, but well, no, they're springs, but then they like built, like a lot of the town has like spas and like things around them like that are really really old and historic looking.
Bathhouses kind of.
Yeah, like bathhouse type things, and like I always think to myself like, I want to stop here because it looks so cool.
Yeah.
And so there's that, and then you also pass through a couple other little areas. I think like Wrightsville, like there's a couple little like postcard towns. I don't know. I saw a TikTok recently where it was like, okay, it was like showing pictures. Is this like the French countryside, or is this just Virginia?
Yeah.
And it's true, because like so much of like coming through Virginia and areas of West Virginia, you're like, wow, this could literally be like, there's like little ponies and like tiny little apple trees, and like it looks like you're in the like south of France or something. Like it's actually like so beautiful to drive through. And so I always usually like take a detour, and it might add like 20-30 minutes on the trip, but I'll like drive through some of the smaller towns because they're just like so cute.
Well, Jenny would know a thing or two about Virginia because your best friend's sister lives in Virginia, so you get to see.
That's like on the other side. They look closer to the coast. Like
okay.
DC almost.
Oh, all right.
So it's not the same area, so I wouldn't be too familiar. Same thing. Interstate driving's not super exciting. You don't see that much. Lots of other cars.
Lots of Amish farmlands. So moving on to a little bit of a fun topic, because it's supposed to be a little bit more of a fun episode.
Yeah, let's talk about like Christmas traditions. Or
Christmas traditions, yeah. So what are some of your Christmas traditions? Pre-me.
For you?
Johnstown, maybe Christmas traditions in Johnstown.
I don't know. I'm just bake cookies. I try to bake cookies every year. Do you guys do anything in particular? Because I know you said about the Floatzilla, is that what you said it was called? So we don't have a Christmas parade anymore. We have the Christmas market that we went to instead of that. So our Johnstown traditions are evolving.
And there's that big Christmas tree that's in Central Park.
That's a big deal. Everyone loves the Christmas tree in Central Park.
And with the little houses, little sponsored houses, which is really cool, which I haven't seen anywhere else. It's mainly in Johnstown and Central Park. So I think that is more of a Johnstown thing.
In Lehighton, they had like sponsored trees, like tiny little trees, and that was their thing. So I've seen it before.
In Philadelphia or Bucks County, I don't really think there's anything special they did in Christmas.
There was, I don't know if you remember this as a kid, and man, maybe somebody will know, but like there is something, it's like outside of Philadelphia, maybe in like 45 minutes or an hour.
The Christmas town, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What is it called? Do you remember?
Is that the Jim Thorpe?
No, this is like Lancaster-ish, Philly-ish.
It's just called like, okay, we just know it
we
was
got
like
the
the
ostrich.
Christmas town.
Remember the ostrich we got?
Yeah, we got the puppet or whatever.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Mom would know because I bring it up every Christmas. Like, I want to go to that so badly because it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I know in the Schuylkill River, there are the houses. They light up the houses.
Yes.
And that's really cool.
Yes. That's,
yeah. But other than that, yeah, I do miss that Christmas town because it was so amazing.
that little Christmas, that like little thing in Johnstown with the houses where everyone decorates it kind of reminds me of that, because like on a micro scale, because what it, like this Christmas village or something is like, it's huge. You like drive and walk through, and there's like basically it's a whole entire town that's set up, and you're like a giant, and you're looking in the houses, and it's like a little like clockmaker, and like it's just like these really ornate puppet and house things, and like with little Santas, and like it's all animatronic weird stuff like that, which is cool. And like as a kid you're just like whoa. And yeah, it reminded me a little bit of that. So when we were like going through and you guys were living a little bit closer in the city, and like I was like, well, look at the houses. Like I was just like, I love that. I don't know, little tiny things, little animatronic things. Like grew up on Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know, maybe that's what it was.
Five Nights at Freddy?
Yeah. But Christmas Village, I also think, like you mentioned it earlier, Christmas parade where Santa comes around on the fire trucks. Like I remember growing up in Bristol, and like as a kid, you like didn't know the day they were gonna come, and like every once in a while, like there would there would be like a real fire, and fire trucks and everything are kind of scary as like kids. But then you like hear like "Rah, rah, rah," and you'd be like, oh my god, and like everyone would be like, oh shit, and they're so loud, like it just like kills your ears as a kid. So it's like this slightly traumatizing.
Yeah.
But then like Santa's like throwing Tootsie Rolls at you, and you're like,
candy
Yeah,
canes,
they
candy
still do that
canes.
here.
poking the eye.
yeah. So like that was an event you'd be excited for, but also be like kind of like a little freaked out as a
Yeah.
kid. And
Yeah, it's
I
a
like
little
that.
'cause
traumatizing.
it's so loud.
A little loud.
Like,
So loud.
Trying to watch something, it's just. I was like, oh, well, Santa's here.
What happened to the sleigh and the reindeer? What is this now right
Yeah,
now?
well, Santa just loves his firemen.
Endorsed, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, man in
So-
red.
But other than that, I don't know of any other Christmas traditions that. I mean, I know some family Christmas traditions that we had. I don't know if you have any family. Like, we
that's
used to
fine,
watch
but-
It's a Wonderful Life every day, every Christmas.
Every
sorry.
day.
Every Christmas.
Every single day. Yeah. Every time a bell
An
rings.
angel gets its wings.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh,
I think about that. Yeah.
We haven't watched it yet, but I want to watch it again. Start it back up because it was a nice little movie, and just I try like I did when I eventually lived with Dad, and everybody's off doing their own thing, and living with Dad's kind of like living on your own because he kind of does his own thing. I did the Christmas tradition every year of watching It's a Christmas Story on TBS. At least getting a glimpse of it, always watching a little bit of it, and at least you'll shoot your eye out, kid, and stuff. And I thought that was really, really cool.
I feel like I just watched that movie for the first time. Yeah, we didn't grow up with a ton of Christmas traditions. That was, Wonderful Life was probably like the one thing we did. But yeah, no, I watched that for the first time. For sure. Alec like watches Elf like on repeat, like starting Thanksgiving.
I watched it fully for the first time this year.
Yeah, because
Really?
you were,
Fully?
Yeah,
Fully,
yeah. You were talking trash and like
I was
you
like,
guys
I
were
don't,
talking
I
about
don't
Christmas
get why
movies.
people like this movie so much.
Because that's like that one of the like there's only like so many Christmas movies I
Good
guess
ones.
geared towards kids. Only so many good ones. Like every year in school, it would be like, okay, you can watch A Christmas Story, Home Alone, and Elf. I feel like we're the big ones. So like it was like a rotation of that every single year. So I've seen Elf like 10 million times, and Nick was talking trash. I was like, okay, it's like kind of dumb, but it's a good movie. Like it's one of the better Christmas movies. And someone ate their words.
I did
Like,
eat my words. I did eat my words. So
Elf is kind of funny.
it is a good Christmas movie. I lied. I'm a liar.
Yeah.
The best one's Die Hard, though. No, I'm joking.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like Elf has finally been like inducted into the Christmas vault or whatever of movies. But I will say, driving here, we stopped off somewhere, and like I get pretty chipper, and I like talking to strangers, whatever, call me friendly, and so we stopped at a Dunkin' Donuts, and like this girl, she wasn't even talking to me, she was talking to someone else, and she was wearing a Grinch shirt, and she's like, well, today's Grinch Day, and like whatever. I said if we had bad customers, like we were allowed to be Grinches, and he was saying, oh my gosh, this older guy who was getting a decaf coffee, he was like, I love the Grinch, and like Jim Carrey's Grinch is like the Grinch, and that movie is the movie like of all Christmas movies. And I was like, hell yeah, like I love the Grinch. Jim Carrey's Grinch,
Nah, I'll take
masterpiece. And so anyway, I was like, because I wasn't an Elf person either. I didn't really, our sister loves it, and I think it was just like we didn't watch it. We didn't watch it. And so like since I started dating Alec, now I've watched it a bunch of times, and like it's good, it's funny, I love it. I still like the Grinch better, but anyway, I was
She
like,
doesn't like it.
I threw it out there. I was like, oh yeah, like have you guys watched Elf? Elf this year yet? Like what's up? Elf is great. And this guy's reaction probably was the same as mine. He's like, well, my wife put it on, and I just.
It's not a movie you feel at first. It's kind of like a grown man with like a bunch of kid stuff, and it's just kind of weird a little bit.
No, it is weird, and they tried to do that with the Hot Frosty movie too.
Yeah.
Like they infantilize like a grown man, so it's a little weird. But you kind of get into it, and they did say some of the reactions of the people on the street were like real reactions because Will Ferrell was actually running around New York being a little crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like the movie. It's wholesome at the end. It might be a little extreme at points, but I don't know. That movie screams Christmas to me because it's just so ridiculous.
I feel like it's either you growing up a little bit and you can like it a little bit more, or you watched it when you were a kid.
Yeah, maybe the magic lies when you see it as a kid. I don't want to say that, but I do love Elf. It's got all the ingredients for an awesome Christmas movie. It's there. It's there. Call me a Grinch, whatever.
My favorite Christmas movie will always be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Shitter's Full. Yeah.
Yeah, that will always be my number one. I can watch so many times.
No, that's a good one.
It's always makes me laugh.
It's just an older one. I hadn't really seen it, and it's not appropriate for school. Most of my Christmas movies I watched in school. So Frosty the Snowman we used to watch too when I was younger a lot.
Remember Jack Frost?
Oh, dude. I mean, they play Landslide in it. So, like, tell me where you want to go for Christmas. But, like, that's probably not something you want to watch around people in the family because you're holding back tears. Yeah, no. Jack Frost.
Jenny's at the watch it.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. Jack Frost. They play Landslide.
I think it's where, like, I learned Landslide. Like, where we heard it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, hey, have you ever heard a song where the cover is just as good? It's not even a cover, but, like, they play it in this Christmas movie, and you're like, surely they wrote this song for Jack Frost. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that one's magic. You brought up Hot Frosty, though. So we're gonna have to take it back there for a second.
We couldn't get through it.
I'm just gonna like tell you what the situation was. It was me,
the situationship,
my best friends. You know what? Girls' night. I'm like, Christmas. Let's get a little hot. Let's get a little juicy. Like let's melt the snowman. Let's find something on Lifetime that just
gets the blood flowing.
Gets the blood flowing, like a romantic, steamy Christmas movie.
Yeah.
What's that one with the guy with the accent? Maybe we should have watched that one. The accent guy. Man, it's a classic Christmas movie. It's got like Cameron Diaz in it.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the dude with the beard.
Man, I don't even remember. But we want romance. We want Lifetime. We want a little bit of juice. Maybe a divorcee. You know, and yeah. So we put on Hot Frosty. I felt bad. It was weird. It was it was like, okay, she shouldn't have a romantic relationship with this guy. He probably
he just started showing up randomly. And,
yeah.
It's like, I don't know anything, I child. And it's like,
yeah, he felt too childlike, and I was like, okay, yeah, no.
And that doesn't work, because in Elf, he wasn't necessarily trying to pursue a romantic relationship.
Right, he wasn't sexy, he wasn't shirtless in the movie.
Yeah.
And the guy was a little veiny looking, and I was like, no, absolutely not doing it. We turned it off.
Yeah,
we turned it off.
Well, the attempt was made.
An attempt was made. I haven't watched Red One. Don't think I will, or whatever. The Christmas movie with The Rock.
I do like that they're trying to make new ideas.
Yeah, it's not regurgitated.
Yeah, not remakes after remakes after remakes. Although some other good ones would be like the Santa Claus, the Polar Express. Like those are all good Christmas movies too.
This is an age thing, but I watched Polar Express with some friends, and I was like, yeah, I love Chris Van Allsburg. I loved him. Like his books. They're amazing, and his illustrations are great. And they said, like, book. And I said, The Polar Express, it's a book. It's a kid's book that you read every Christmas and stuff like that. And they didn't know that it was a book.
I thought it was a book after the movie, too. I ain't gonna lie.
No, it was like the same writer of Jumanji, like, famous.
Jumanji's a book?
There are so many movie adaptations of books. Nobody reads anymore, so I don't think anybody knows that.
I'm going to blame the parents this time.
Do you think that's going to be the cause with, like, the comic movies? Like, people are going to forget that they're, like, comic books before they were movies?
Because it's, like, such a big universe. It's like you forget the source material, where the heck that came from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, So, Jenny told me that the word canon comes from Spider-Man and the recent Spider-Man Across the Universe. But I was like, oh, canon is... Everybody used the term canon back in the day.
I think it's a theater term. Canon
event. Canon event.
Canon event, but what made it popular was Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse. One of the two movies that came out. So now everyone says canon event, but it really started from that movie because that's when everyone started saying it.
I guess, but I thought I always heard people say, like, oh, it's not canon, though.
No, but that's like... So saying that's canon is, like... kind of like saying that's part of the source material, whereas canon event is like, oh, this is bound to happen. Kind of.
Yeah. I guess canon event is very different in that way, but like it's still, I guess, like it's bound to happen because it is the canon.
Yeah, it's what's happened in every other universe.
Exactly. So like They say young girls is bound to go on a bad like date or whatever. Like, oh yeah, this is a canon event in your early 20s or something. Like it'd be more like in that terminology.
An experience everybody has to go through.
Yeah, it's like includes this fourth wall.
Yeah.
I think, where it's like it's like the viewers there's
Perception.
there's I don't think the fourth wall is the right way to describe it, but like the canon is just the original story, but like a canon event is like puts it in the perspective of a viewer watching, where a canon event's like it is the story.
Yeah.
That
I got you.
it's an event that has to happen because that's part of the story.
Yeah,
of
does that
the
make sense?
character development.
It's part of the human experience that we're having, but like that's like saying the script to your life. Like it's part of the script of life, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
so it's kind of
Like
that's
a
cool. You're
a
right.
Christmas
Yeah, it's
canon
cool to think
event
about
is
that.
all that one bad gift or the one uncle nobody wants at the party table.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But like I guess it would be like Frosty canon would be like that. That a snowman came to life and you like put a hat on him, just like in Hot Frosty. It's a version of Frosty the Snowman, but like the OG, like the core of what Frosty the Snowman is like a snowman came to life. That's the canon.
I gotcha. A random
Frosty.
6-pack chiseled.
I wasn't a theater kid, I'll tell you that much. So maybe I'm on about this. Actually.
Moving on, so I know I said we were on the topic about Christmas movies and our opinions based on these Christmas movies. What are some of the hot take, controversial Christmas opinions that you hold that many people may or may not exactly agree with?
Ooh, let's see. Okay, is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
It's a Halloween movie. Because
it's before Christmas. End of discussion.
it's a nightmare before Christmas, but also he's trying to turn Halloween into Christmas. So it's not them celebrating Christmas as much as them like, I'm tired of celebrating Halloween. Here's something new.
I thought he was trying to turn Christmas into Halloween. Which one is it?
No, he's trying to turn Halloween into Christmas.
Okay.
Because they usually do like a big spooky thing every Halloween. He's like, well, we're not going to do a big spooky thing. We're going to give out gifts. We're going to give out that. We're going to have Santa
I've
come.
only seen it the one time with you. But
Yeah,
that
so
makes
he's
sense.
trying to turn Halloween into Christmas. It's a Halloween movie.
Okay.
Because you kind of appreciate Halloween at the end of it.
I mean, it's Halloween Town. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Because let's just say, because he could have tried to make it Easter. Would it be an Easter movie?
I mean,
If it was an Easter movie, nah, we won't go there.
yeah, that's a hard one. Up for debate.
Yeah.
What are some maybe food table staples for Christmas? Is Christmas a turkey and ham?
Well, I was gonna ask that. I'm a ham on Christmas person personally.
Probably ham because turkey was Thanksgiving, but I don't eat ham, so to me Christmas is cookies. So.
Or a chuck roast?
Yeah, I just would say anything but turkey because like you just said that a month ago. No more turkey till next year.
You're not a big turkey person?
No. Do you know any time of year that people eat like a whole turkey? Like other than like a turkey sandwich?
I wish people did. Turkey's very healthy for you.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's just because it's so
Dry.
Everyone's like, just that one day, and that's enough turkey for the year.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, it's very thick because you think, like, Thanksgiving is turkey, but Christmas, I guess, you don't really know. Like, people are like, oh, you got to have this on a Christmas table, but it's like, there is no staple, like, meat for Christmas.
No.
But people do say something different. It's like, what? You have that for Christmas? I don't know. And it's like, well, what do you have? Oh, I guess
Well, Christmas is more about gifts. I feel like Thanksgiving is about the food.
Ooh, that's a good question. My bad. I'm sorry
Well,
to
I'm
cut you
gonna
off.
I'm gonna cut you
okay.
off.
Okay, yeah.
I think you're forgetting a core Christmas food. What food would we wait for Christmas for every year growing up where we're like, heck yeah, it's Christmas. We're gonna get.
Oh, no.
And they're wrapped up in a little green bow.
The...
Tamales, bro. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Christmas is for tamales.
I haven't had Christmas tamales in...
That's, well, Well, dude, that's because it's a rarity. They're that special that you know, like
true.
that's
I
right.
forgot about
Christmas
that.
is
Yeah,
for
Christmas
tamales.
tamales.
Can't say my family did that, but
It was,
Yeah, you have the Christmas pierogies.
is that a thing? It should be. It should be a thing.
they're a rarity to us. I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
Christmas
I'll take some
tamales were
berries.
busting in little green
Yeah.
leaf.
There's like a
Banana
15-hour
leaf, right?
process to making them.
It is
yeah,
a 15-hour
and so
process.
you know, in here, our aunts they weren't trying to make it more than once a year because of how difficult it was, and you need an army. So the only time you could really make them was when you had enough people around to do it.
Yeah.
And so hell yeah, no Christmas
For
tamales
Hispanics,
all the
yeah,
way.
Christmas tamales was a
Christmas
staple.
tamales all the way.
All the
Sure.
way.
When are you making those?
Good luck. We can't.
Good luck. They
It's a
need
secret.
like all our aunts all teamed up, like 5 to 6, and went from like 5 a.m. to like 8 o'clock at night.
That's too much work.
Yeah, because you have to
That's
boil
tough.
them, make the mesa, do the red sauce. They never made the green sauce.
Yeah.
Also,
no,
there's
some
different tamales.
spices
There's
we can't
Mexican
even
tamales
get
and
there.
Guatemalan tamales.
Yeah, I will say, hey, maybe I'm biased, but there is an artistry to Guatemalan tamales for
That
sure.
people don't appreciate.
Yeah, maybe they don't. Even
I mean, Jenny, she got some into the pupusas.
Oh yeah, pupusas.
Oh, the bean ones are my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the little cauliflower and pickled things they put on top.
Yeah, that's really good. It's
Yeah.
not cabbage.
Yeah, cabbage.
Yeah.
There's some carrots in there.
Yeah, that's always really good. I do love good pupusa. Don't exactly remember. Oh, yes. So when you're giving gift, is it I'm a big don't give me what I need, rather give me what I want or something thoughtful, or are you more of a give what you need, not what somebody might want?
Okay, this is a great question because it's come up in my brain recently. Because, and some background is that our sister Amber was like, send me your Amazon list.
Yeah.
And I've like never even made an Amazon list that way. And then I was like, because a big thing for me is I was always a thoughtful gift giver. I was, I want to make the gifts. I would like, I'd make personal cards and like paint pictures and like throughout the year, I'd think about that person, like what's special to them. It's like, it would be like this very intimate thing where I put a lot of effort in, and I got to the point where I don't have the time or the mental capacity to do it anymore.
So
And I felt really
Yeah.
bad. And then also like combine that with like people would get us stuff and I like don't want to be I hate being a wasteful person. And so like I would feel like, okay, I didn't need this and now it's like going to go to waste or like that was excess. And, or there's just things I don't really need that I would get. And so I would feel really bad because I hate like the overconsumption of Christmas. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure. That's my least favorite part of any holiday, and like for me, I'm used to getting, like you said, just kind of junk and things that I don't need. But I also struggle with hand making things too because I don't want to paint you something or sculpt you or whatever it is, and then go to your house later and see it's on the floor in your basement or whatever, because then it's like I wasted all this time to make you something thoughtful and you aren't even appreciating it. So it's giving gifts is tough for me personally.
It's tough. I will say that whatever you give me, including that beautiful picture that you gifted me this year, that's going straight on my wall. Straight on my wall. It's not coming
Thank
down.
you.
I will look at that and appreciate it every single day. But so then I realized, after Amber was like, make these lists, like I appreciate this because I know that like, I think people think like, oh, that's materialistic. Like you're just asking for like these Uggs or I don't know. I didn't ask for Uggs,
taking
but
away
like
the surprise factor a little bit.
yeah, it takes away like the magic, but honestly, like I thought about it even more. I'm like, maybe this is actually the core of Christmas because like it's giving someone something that they want or need, right? Need, especially like gloves, mittens, whatever. Like maybe there was like this core of Christmas, and like it brings someone joy. Kids wanted toys, whatever it is. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, if you're giving someone something that they want.
Mm-hmm.
And many and they're gonna use maybe they're not gonna need it but they'll use it.
Yeah.
Like maybe that is the core of Christmas.
Yeah, for me, it's no different than like the parents going, "Hey, did you make Santa's Christmas list of what you want this year?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm team want than team give. I rather give somebody what they want than what they need, because I hate when people give me stuff that I need, because it's like I know I need it, I'm just lazy. Unless it's like
What
something.
if I get you something that I think you'll want, and then you're like, thanks for this, and then you don't actually, it's not something you actually want.
Yeah, true. I mean, but like obviously there's always the mixtures, because like I could maybe I need and want it, like a car or something. That's because it's very
Who's buying you a
expensive.
car for Christmas?
Bro, yeah.
Your stepmom.
Nicholas. But I struggle with that because if I want something, I just buy it. Like recently, you both know, I just went through a thing with my mom. I sent her the stuff that I ordered, and she ordered it for me, trying to be nice. So we have two of the same order because if I want something, I'm just gonna buy it for myself. I'm not gonna rely on other people.
See, that's I don't. I can't help
hate
it.
buying for
I
myself.
will never buy things for myself. And like I have things obviously, but like I do not buy things that I want. I still have makeup that I like have from like high
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Like
Well,
it's
me
stupid.
too,
Like
yeah,
and it's
but-
all the only makeup I have. Like I actually bought myself makeup this year because I had a coupon for Ulta and I was getting something for Aurora and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get myself makeup or like clothes. Like I rarely buy clothes that are new. Like it'll just be like, well, hopefully I happenstance across it at a thrift store
Yeah.
or Goodwill
Yeah.
or something like that. And I think it plays into that overconsumption thing where it's like I have like this guilt for buying new things. And so like this year I was like, I'm gonna buy myself some clothes. And
Yeah.
like I rarely do that. And I found myself in that situation where I bought myself hair oil. Like weird, right? And I was like, hair oil. And then my Amber was like, make these lists. I'm like, well, dang, I just bought myself
Hair oil.
hair oil and new
Yeah.
clothes. Like I probably didn't need to do that for myself. But it's I thought to myself, I need to be able to, maybe that's like maybe there'll be a New Year's resolution. I need to spend more money or something.
Splurge
But
on
like,
yourself.
no, I need to find that balance where I think I err on the extreme
Save.
being a little frugal in that way, and then I'll even buy something and it's because of that mentality I won't even wear it. The sweater, I told you I didn't want to wear it because I didn't want to get it dirty, because if I wash it it'll wear it down, it'll like wear down the
Yeah,
amount
you
of
wanna
uses I can
extend
get out of
the-
it. It's wild the way
Yeah.
the way I think about that. But yeah, I need to be able to buy myself a sweater every once in a while and wear it, because then it'll just sit in my closet eventually. Like sometimes it won't fit and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go through that.
Another thing is on the same topic. If somebody gifts you something, are you that person that, see, I'm the person, if somebody gifts me, Jenny bought me shoes, I wore it till they weren't usable again. While other people, like you said, don't wear it or don't use it because they want to relish it a little bit longer. Or if somebody were to buy you clothes, are you that, or shoes, are you that person that wears the shoes, or are you the person that pushes the shoes away and makes them look like they're brand new and be like, I don't want to use this because I cherish this?
I mean, I'm going to cherish it, but heck yeah, you better bet next time I see you, I'm going to be wearing them.
Yeah.
So like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for these shoes, bro. These Christmas shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I don't
Christmas
have much time.
shoes. Or somebody's heart.
Yeah.
Don't give it away.
Hot take, Christmas shoes. You guys remember that song, Christmas
Yeah.
Shoes?
Christmas shoes.
You never heard that song?
I know
I
Christmas
wanna
Tree by Lady Gaga.
these shoes
song.
for my mama, please.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't think
Christmas
so.
time. These
don't play on the radio
shoes
no
are
more.
just. I know.
I can say I haven't.
But
not
for
heard.
like the time it came out when we were kids, up until maybe a couple years ago, they jammed Christmas shoes, and I was like, this is a Christmas core staple now, and I couldn't stand that song. Like
Yeah.
there's songs where you're just like, yo, that was that song. They stopped. We need to dig on that, because
I don't know.
what happened to Christmas shoes?
Maybe
I'm
it got
glad
canceled. Maybe it got
it
canceled.
got. Well, yeah, like
Maybe.
Christmas, they're just
Maybe.
her
Maybe there was some
sons.
underlinings that we didn't know about.
I need to know what
Like
happened
Baby
to
It's Cold
Christmas
Outside.
shoes.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but
well,
Baby
maybe
It's
everyone
Cold-
was just
Well, isn't
collectively
it
like,
like-
yo, this song.
Wasn't there like a
sucks.
We Are the World Christmas song or whatever?
That's
Like-
yeah, that was like a Christmas special. That goes back. There was good roots behind that, actually.
yeah, and I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to that. There, Lady Gaga's Christmas song, I'm Happy, that does not get played on the radio station. It's so bad. So, I find it, so are you ready to start transitioning to becoming the people that put up the tree now that our parents are slowly breaking away from that? Like, mom doesn't put up the tree no more, dad don't put
Bro,
up a tree
mom
no more.
didn't put up a tree. Did dad put up a tree?
None. He
He did.
when I was there, he did, but that's because I was there.
Dad had a tree.
No, yeah. I might have forced him to put up a tree. I might have forced him to put up a tree.
Wow. See?
Or at least a small one. He get a small one.
I think your family
Wow.
just hates Christmas.
It's here, bro. We know so many people like, I can't wait for Christmas to be over. Our one friend's like, it's December 18th and there's still no Christmas tree up. I'm like, why?
I mean, Alec is a Christmas kid. They have the
we
tree,
had this stuff
like,
up since November 1st.
No, we didn't. I mean, like, somebody gave us a tree, and
Wow, you
shout
not
out to
Christmas
Olivia.
tree?
Thank you. Like, it's not a real. No, it's tiny. I
Are
mean, I'm
you-
dad. You know, I'm not trying to have a tree. I don't. You know, I guess I have it now. That
Bah,
tiny tree,
humbug.
just.
She's
but-
trying to under-consume, bro. We don't want to over-consume Christmas. You know how many Christmas decorations are in the thrift stores?
Well, also,
Yeah.
you do visit a lot of families, so it's not like you really have to have a tree.
It's going to be a while till she hosts Christmas.
It's
so.
my sister and Alec are the neighbors from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Hey, life goals.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to be that person like Griswold's that put up all the lights up and everything.
Yeah,
It'd be
no,
good and
I mean, I
everything.
want
That'd
to.
be
Yes, I would. We just, it's not in. It wasn't in my experience to have one, and I think that yeah, I mean, I like it. You know, yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's foreign, and yes, I'll start it, but not because I think our parents did it. But yeah, hell yeah.
fun.
Yeah, bring on the tree.
It is a transitioning period. Like soon enough, in a couple of years, I'm gonna be one hosting Thanksgiving and stuff.
Are
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Well, we're not
Hell
going
yeah.
to North Carolina,
Wow.
or we can split the duties.
Jeez.
We'll
We'll
just
go-
meet halfway in the middle
Yeah,
somewhere.
we'll-
Yeah.
Somewhere in
Meet me in
Virginia.
Berkeley Springs.
Berkeley Springs.
Yeah.
No,
Pool.
we can have Thanksgiving in North Carolina. That'd be kind of dope. On the beach, yeeting a turkey leg.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, making sandcastles.
Everyone goes on the beach walks afterwards.
Yeah,
you know,
the 5K
everyone's
beach
on the
drop.
beach. Yeah, it doesn't even be, you know, you just see everyone on the beach walking around trying to work out that turkey for sure. Yeah. No, I like Christmas. Nah, guys, I like Christmas.
Hot take. I like Christmas.
Yeah. Sure you do, Jackie. All right, well, thank you for coming on the episode this week. We hope you enjoyed it. Any upcoming projects or stuff? I know you just gave a 5,000 people presentation and maybe even 50,000. I'm not 100% sure. Numbers
Maybe
are murky.
500? 5 million?
5 million.
Something
Yeah,
with a
those
5.
are
I know that.
great.
The entirety of Australia.
Quick fact, the total population of Australia, so we looked this up, is like equal to like one neighborhood in New York City. The whole and it's bigger than the United States, like the country-wise.
Yeah,
So,
that's really cool.
yeah, think about that.
Because there's so many things down there trying to kill people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take
you're
out their
right. Yeah,
eyeballs.
population
Huge
numbers or whatever.
spiders.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
Or maybe they all
actually.
got taken out by the big spiders.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, I mean, there's only so many things ex-convicts can do when they got shipped to Australia for the first time to populate a whole
Dark
country.
history.
Dark history.
And I'm gonna
Nice.
release a bunch of spiders, and also, you know, in the United States, see what happens. Maybe.
Yeah, bunch of those gigantic spiders.
But yeah, no, just starting the year strong and hoping that you know, more time with family and yeah, hanging out, hoping for a good year.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming on. I'm Nick.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jax.
This is Small Town Johnstown. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a happy holidays and a happy new year.